Hello everyone, and welcome to the Africa America Institute's 36th Annual Awards Gala. It's an honor to share this celebration with our many old friends and to be able to include so many new friends from around the world. Before we start our festivities, we want to pause to reflect on how much has changed this year by remembering the many souls that we have lost since our last gala in 2019. Today marks a new milestone for us. our first virtual event. On one hand, the fact that we're gathering online is a reminder of the uncertain times we face. All over the world, we're battling COVID-19 and its devastating impact on our families, communities, and livelihoods. At the same time, our younger voices, our future voices, have taken their place in the vanguard of new movements for justice, equity, and inclusion. These times present us with an opportunity, not seen for 50 years, to make progress in rethinking our rules, to rewrite our systems and policies, to rebuild the structures that govern our societies. Progress will require much of all of us, and at AAI we pledge to do our part through the core tenets of our work, educating people and connecting worlds. This year, we are honoring distinguished, effective, and inspirational leadership. We hope their accomplishments inspire each and every one of you.
Based in New York City, the Africa America Institute was established in 1953 by African Americans wanting to help newly arrived African students succeed in their quest to obtain advanced degrees from U.S. universities. The newfound skills and knowledge they took back to their home countries not only shaped them individually, but as these alumni distinguished themselves as political, thought, and cultural leaders, Africa as a whole benefited. And the benefit was mutual. The growing impact of emerging sovereign African nations highlighted the need for meaningful American understanding of Africa. Interconnectivity became a virtue in itself. This refined the threefold mission of AAI to promote enlightened engagement between Africa and America through education, training, and dialogue. It has been AAI's amplifying, ever-evolving project for nearly 70 years. Today, with African countries presenting the world's youngest and fastest growing population, the intellectual, environmental, and economic imperatives to build human capacity on the continent have never been more timely. Through its programs and over 23,000 alumni, AAI is rising to the challenge. AAI's legacy is now generational and flourishing in American higher education, where AAI alumni in leadership roles are giving back.
The world can experience African genius, because I do believe that this is showing what Africa can offer in the field of mathematics and statistics, and in any field.
We are in a position whereby we are able to develop these particular potentials within our students through STEM. Then we are able to create a robust society that is knowledgeable, that is able, that is informed.
AAI promotes yearly convocations focusing on pedagogy and the state of education on both sides of the Atlantic.
And I thank the donors that have made it possible for people like me who, I can't say had no hope, but whose chances of going to college were very slim.
21st century globalism, aided by the spread of travel and ideas, has naturally given the younger generation an awareness of its common humanity that is unprecedented. But America today cannot fully embrace that awareness without vigilance toward a persistent racial inequality, erupting most visibly in violence against Black bodies. Any vacuum in education, any omission, only worsens the problem.
During the late 60s, in response to the general uprising around the United States, we launched a schools program which helped K through 12 education start to use materials that had young people learn about Africa, about Africans, and about African descendants.
I like to tell the story of going to a local high school in Louisiana, and I asked them what they knew about Africa. And there was this total silence. Nobody responded. And then finally, one student, a white student, and this is an 8th grade class, he raises his hand and he says, slaves came from Africa. Well, that was correct. That was all he knew.
If we fail to make this integration, to really have inspiring curricula for all our young people, then we may well diminish our chances for successful outcomes for the whole globe. These are the future voices, and they need to be inspired and encouraged, and their imaginations need to be engaged if they're going to do what we'll need to do to make this world a better place.
Every year, the National Achievement Award recognizes a specific country for its commitment to education. This year, that country is Senegal. Senegal's investment in human capital is an explicit part of President Macky Sall's strategic vision, the Plan for an Emerging Senegal, which acknowledges how important education is not only for economic growth, but also for maintaining the kind of involved, engaged electorate that keeps Senegal's democracy thriving. The country's made a powerful commitment to increasing access to education for boys and girls in every region of the country, as well as to improving the quality of instruction. Senegal's leaders have set ambitious and specific targets so the country may hold itself accountable for driving forward critical reforms and investments. Senegal is also one of the world's great examples of the relationship between creativity and development. The country's earned a global reputation as a cultural powerhouse because it's a society that consistently values creative expression. And this is a tremendous asset in all kinds of innovation, from biomedical research, like that being undertaken at Dakar's Pasteur Institute, to tech solutions that can bring more prosperity to rural areas. It's exciting to think about what Senegal has in store for all of us in the future. And it's no surprise that more than 400 AAI alumni come from Senegal, many of whom are leaders in the public and the private sector. The world needs Senegal to continue succeeding. In a region beset by very real threats to peace and security and coping with the impact of climate change, Senegal stands as a beacon of tolerance, peace, democratic governance, innovation, and regional leadership. Its commitment to investing in its own citizens is an achievement well worth celebrating and learning from.
I want to extend a special congratulations to the People's Republic of Senegal and President Macky Sall on receiving this year's National Achievement Awards. The people of Senegal, you have set a very good example on how to move towards economic prosperity, an example that we all can look to moving into the future. As President and CEO of the United States' largest and oldest civil rights organization, we look to the continent and look to leadership from the continent to set an example and model for how we should govern ourselves. We look forward to joining you at next year's Gala as we continue the work to open up the dialogue, to look towards the future and building relationships across the diaspora. Thank you, Kofi. Thank you, AAI. And again, congratulations to the People Republic of Senegal and President Sall.
The U.S. African Development Foundation congratulates the people of Senegal on receiving the Africa America Institute's National Achievement Award. Through the visionary leadership of His Excellency Macky Sall, the President of Senegal, the Senegalese people have made remarkable progress on their path to economic prosperity and sustainable development. USADF has had country presence and operations in Senegal with a focus on grassroots community-driven development for more than 2 decades. We know all too well the transformational change that's occurring throughout the country. Just last year, we launched our new partnership with the Senegalese government's DARE agency. With the DARE, the Delegation for Rapid Entrepreneurship, we're investing and providing financial support to grassroots organizations to address food insecurity, access to energy, and unemployment, particularly amongst women and the youth. We look forward to continuing to create pathways to prosperity for the Senegalese people and congratulate you on this wonderful, well-deserved achievement. Congratulations.
At IE University, we talk about the need to reinvent higher education. Simply put, this means that we believe that education must be global, principled, resilient, and practical. The role of the university is to actively equip its students with the ability to concretely make the world better. In this respect, Senegal has served as inspiration for myself and for my community. The world watched as Institut Pasteur of Dakar, in partnership with Mologic, created 6 new tests, including a $1 COVID-19 test designed to give accurate results in 10 minutes. We were particularly inspired by the students of the Dakar's École Supérieure Polytechnique, who created the Doctor Robot, which measures patients' blood pressure and temperature, freeing up healthcare workers to take care of their patients. The entrepreneurial accomplishments and cultural output of people of Senegal continue to serve as an inspiration to us all. My most heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Senegal, Macky Sall, and the people of Senegal, and again, thanks very much to the Africa-America Institute.
I would like to warmly congratulate His Excellency President Macky Sall on receiving the AAI National Achievement Award. We have extensive partnerships with the government of Senegal in areas like gender equality, sanitation, and family health. But in COVID, President Sall has demonstrated particularly exemplary leadership. Senegal was recently ranked alongside the likes of New Zealand and Denmark in terms of its response to the pandemic. And it demonstrated that it's not simply a matter of money and resources. It's about vision, planning, leadership, and the ability to work with citizens to participate in their community's health and safety. President Sall and his government were able to execute against their response plan because of clear and regular science-based communications to its citizens. They ensured that civil society leaders, faith leaders, and youth had leadership roles in curtailing community transmission armed with facts. And the Gates Foundation's Institute for Disease Modeling was proud to help with some of those efforts. In doing so, President Sall has shown what a difference vision and leadership can make, not just for Africa, but for the entire world. And on behalf of our co-chairs Bill and Melinda Gates, I extend my heartfelt congratulations.
Monsieur le Président Kofi Apenteng, Mesdames, Messieurs, chers amis, bonsoir à tous. Je suis heureux de me joindre à vous à l'occasion de cette 36e cérémonie de remise des prix d'excellence d'Africa-America Institute. Je remercie le président Kofi Apenteng pour son aimable invitation. Malgré la pandémie Covid-19 qui nous empêche de tenir physiquement cette édition, c'est avec enthousiasme que je m'adresse à vous pour accepter le prix d'excellence que votre distingué institut décerne cette année au Sénégal. Je rends un vibrant hommage aux professeurs Horace Mann Bond et William Leo Hansberry qui ont eu la lumineuse idée de créer en 1953 l'Africa-America Institute pour aider au progrès de l'Afrique par l'enseignement supérieur et la formation professionnelle. Depuis 67 ans, votre institut accompagne ainsi des milliers de jeunes Africains dans la réalisation de leur rêve d'être utiles à eux-mêmes, à leur communauté et à leur pays. C'est dans le même esprit que Dakar a accueilli en novembre 2019 votre 5e conférence annuelle sur l'état de l'éducation en Afrique. En décernant ce prix d'excellence au Sénégal, vous avez voulu magnifier les progrès de notre pays dans les domaines économiques et sociaux d'une part, et sa contribution au maintien de la paix en Afrique et dans le monde d'autre part. Nous en sommes honorés. Au nom du peuple sénégalais, je suis fier d'accepter cette distinction qui, pour nous, est aussi un encouragement à la persévérance. Persévérer parce que sur le long chemin du développement, rien n'est définitivement acquis, comme nous le montre la terrible pandémie Covid-19 et son impact économique et social. Persévérer parce que la paix, si évidente d'apparence, reste fragile et périssable chaque fois que les fondements du vivre ensemble sont remis en cause. Nous le voyons dans les conflits meurtriers et destructeurs au sein et entre les nations. Nous le voyons dans la violence sous toutes ses formes, y compris le racisme, la discrimination raciale et la xénophobie. Chers amis, à bien des égards, les temps que nous vivons sont difficiles. Mais le souvenir des générations antérieures doit nous rappeler que c'est justement dans l'épreuve que se forge la force de caractère qui ouvre la voie du succès. Je pense à Phyllis Wheatley, née au Sénégal en 1753 et transportée à Boston aux heures sombres de l'esclavage. Elle deviendra pourtant la première poétesse africaine-américaine. Je pense à Katherine Johnson, la brillante mathématicienne de la NASA. Je pense aux héros de la lutte pour les droits civiques, dont Rosa Parks, l'illustre révérend Martin Luther King et son fidèle compagnon John Lewis, qui nous a quittés en juillet dernier. Alors, tous ces brillants parcours doivent nous inspirer. Ils doivent nous rappeler que si l'on croit aux idéaux de la fraternité humaine, chaque jour est un jour de combat, parce qu'il y a tant de vies à sauver, de malades à soigner, de bouches à nourrir, d'enfants à éduquer, de larmes à sécher, de peur à apaiser. Finally, I thank the Africa American Institute for continuing to build bridges between our continent and the United States of America, and for helping to open Africa to the world and open the world to Africa. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Dear audience, wherever you are, I'm sorry I could not talk to you face to face, but here we go during COVID time. When a student finishes a course or graduates a program, teachers hope that they will go on to live out their dreams and that they will create their own definition of success and make it their reality. Every once in a while, there is a student who uses their education, skills, and courage to reach new heights and bring the rest of us along on their journey. That's most certainly the case with this year's recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award, I'm honored to recognize a fellow alumni accomplishments. Claude Bonner earned her bachelor's degree from McGill University and then through AAI Advanced Training for Leadership and Skills Atlas Scholarship Program. She earned her MBA from the University of California at Los Angeles. After, she worked as a senior consultant at Deloitte London's office. She went on to join Amazon, where she drove business in highly strategic categories, eventually landing at Sony Pictures as Senior Vice President for Global Customers and Worldwide Commercial Strategies. An already impressive resume under her belt, she had ascended to the top ranks of some of the world's most prestigious companies, but she had her eyes on what was next. In 2016, Claude joined with the presidency of Benin to create Seme City, an international knowledge and innovation city, or smart city, as many have called it. The objective of Seme City is to arm young people with the tools they need to succeed in the fast-changing world of business. As Seme City Managing Director and Chief Innovation Officer, she leads a team that is developing an academic, research, and entrepreneurship framework that can be used to foster inclusive and sustainable growth all across Africa. This is work that's not only leading to innovation, but that's also fostering an environment of creativity and transformation for future generations.
Seme City is an innovation campus that brings together higher education and vocational training institutions, research centers, incubators, and open innovation spaces. Its mission is to put knowledge, innovation, and entrepreneurship at the service of sustainable and inclusive development. This is Seme One, Seme City's first smart campus located in Cotonou, Benin. This multifunctional building already hosts several programs, including bachelor's degrees in design and information technology, incubation, training, and support programs that promote high-growth entrepreneurship, and an X-ray laboratory which offers practical and technical skill acquisition. As we embark in a new era of virtual and hybrid learning, we call for groundbreaking partnerships to empower young talent in Africa to innovate and make a global impact. For more information, please visit semecity.com/AAI.
Today, I'm so happy to honor this amazing woman, Claude Bonner. I'm so happy that she is awarded because she represents the power of Black women all over the world. The world every time more needs in different geographies Black women to lead, Black women to execute, and above all, Black women to feel the emergency of our communities for solutions and results. So I join you and thank you for having Latin America as one of the top priorities in your diaspora work.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to congratulate my sister, Claudia, for the honor of being awarded the Distinguished Alumni Award in 2020 by our beloved AAI. I hope in this year of big challenges, reflection, and strategizing to build back better, this honor will help to encourage you to forge on. We all have a lot to do from now going forward. and I hope we will be together every step of the way, making sure that the new normal is a better world. Congratulations and enjoy the evening.
Receiving this distinguished alumni award was totally unexpected. When Mr. Apentang called me, I was practically speechless. I felt a real sense of gratitude to have even been considered among such highly respected individuals. I also thought, what a shame. Due to the current situation, I will not be able to tell Isare in person how much I admire her show Insecure for addressing issues of race and stereotype through the adventure of a Black woman we can all identify with, whether we live in Los Angeles or in Cotonou. I live in Cotonou. I am from Benin, a country of 11 million people in West Africa. With the Atlas Scholarship, I studied at UCLA and went on to work for leading global organizations, including Amazon and Sony Pictures in the US and in Europe. Overall, it has been a very fulfilling journey, both intellectually and culturally. But let me tell you one thing. It's when I came back to Benin 4 years ago that I found my purpose. As founder and managing director of Seme City, one of Benin's government flagship projects, I lead a team and work with partners to educate our youth for jobs that don't even exist yet, to coach entrepreneurs so they can beat the odds and deliver sustainable results, to ensure our digital platforms are accessible to as many as possible, and to build a smart city that makes sense in our environment. I therefore see this award as a nod for tackling such an ambitious project, and I share it with my hardworking team and our dedicated partners. Our collective efforts are part of a greater agenda to transform Africa. Yes, a transformation is well underway. We have all seen the resilience and the innovation made in Africa that came from the continent in response to the COVID-19 crisis. I also want to congratulate the African American Institute for always staying true to their mission of educating people and connecting worlds. Worlds where universities are shifting to virtual learnings, where TV shows set in Los Angeles spark meaningful conversations in Cotonou, and where an award ceremony is streamed to thousands across the globe. Let's turn these unprecedented opportunities into springboards that empower young talent in Africa to innovate, to thrive, to make global impact. At Seme City, we look forward to forging groundbreaking partnerships in academia, art, entrepreneurship with many of you watching today. We celebrate the role innovation can play even in the most difficult of circumstances, and we are full of hope for a bright future. Thank you.
Leadership reminds us that business serves a much higher purpose than turning a profit. The most impactful companies reimagine the best ways to conduct business, and they never forget that they are bound to the communities they serve, that the moral guides for the public and for others in their industry. This year's recipient of the International Institution of Excellence Award is no exception. Led by Professor Benedict Orama, who is the President and Chairman of the Board of Directors African Export-Import Bank, they have taken on a leading role in the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. The organization has created digital platforms that will help boost intra-regional trade and transform cross-border payments in Africa. Afrexim Bank has also served as a leader in streamlining standards and in the development of quality infrastructure across the continent. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Afrexim Bank has provided direct financing to Africa's public and private sectors to mitigate the economic impact. Under Professor Orama's leadership, the institution also helped coordinate grant mobilization and utilization and procurement of medical supplies across the continent. Additionally, Afrexim Bank has played a key role in supporting and nurturing Africa's creative industry. In 2019, It announced the Creative African Exchange Program, an initiative designed to connect Africa's film, music, arts, fashion, and design talent with commercial opportunities. Afreximbank has proven that with creative and committed leadership, the organization's impact reaches far and wide.
We at the East African Development Bank share a common goal with Afreximbank, and that is to support the economic prosperity and advancement of Africa. Afreximbank has proven to be an incredible and inspiring partner in that mission. Afreximbank has shown what it means to be the backbone of a community. In times of need, the institution has risen to the occasion to make sure that people and businesses are supported throughout whatever challenges may come their way. The bank has taken historic steps towards improving collaboration across the continent and has introduced initiatives like the Intra-African Trade Fair to help boost trade across the continent. Afreximbank works with the best interests of Africa, forging ahead towards a brighter future while ensuring that none is left behind. Congratulations to Afreximbank on receiving this year's International Institution of Excellence Award. Your work is an inspiration to us at the East African Development Bank and to institutions across Africa and indeed the world. We look forward to our continued collaboration in the years ahead. Congratulations again.
Inter-African trade is a game changer for Africa, and at the center of this amazing endeavor is the Afreximbank. For over 26 years, the Afreximbank has provided over $60 billion in capital towards enabling intra and extra-African trade. The bank has improved the outlook of African economies by supporting the transformation of regulatory environments and empowering countries in Africa to use financial instruments that facilitate trade. Its clients cover large corporates, governments, and financial institutions. Perhaps what stands out for me is the role that the Afreximbank has played in diversifying African exports away from commodities. This is what I believe has helped lay the ground for Africa's ability to compete within the global knowledge economy. I cannot think of an organization that is more deserving of the International Institution of Excellence Award. As an Egyptian and an African, I'm proud of the work that is being led out of my home city of Cairo, and I look forward to all of the amazing work that remains in store that the Afreximbank will be leading. Congratulations again.
I'm very pleased to receive the Institution of Excellence Award from the Africa America Institute. On behalf of the Board of Directors of African Export-Import Bank, I thank Mr. Apenteng, the CEO and President of the Institute, as well as the entire board of the Institute for this recognition. We in Afreximbank are very proud of the work we are doing to support Africa, especially the work we are doing with respect to the promotion of intra-African trade and the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. We have put intra-African trade as a priority, the arrowhead of our strategy, because we believe that it is greater intra-African trade and regional integration that will make it possible for Africa to transform itself from a commodity-dependent economy to an economy that will be dynamized by value addition, by the export of manufactures that will be more diversified and create opportunity for its growing youth population. Since the past 4 years, we've disbursed about $20 billion in support of intra-African trade. Clearly the highest amount of intra-African trade financing by any bank, by far. But beyond the financing, we are doing other things to support the trade. We are helping to train African youth to support activities that will help drive intra-African trade. We consider this important because it is the youth that will help develop the capacities that we need in export manufacturing, in the creative industry. We have finalized and will be launching shortly a Pan-African payment and settlement system that will make a payment for intra-African trade seamless and help bring back the trade diverted from Africa because of payment issues and save the continent $5 billion in payment transaction costs that we spend today. We are helping in the development of industrial parks across the continent, helping to develop healthcare facilities also across the continent, to promote intra-African trade, intra-African medical tourism. Today, we're all diverted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The ravages of that terrible disease is making Africa is creating problems and challenges for the continent. But Afrexim Bank has also risen to the challenge. We launched the Pandemic Trade Impact Mitigation Facility, through which we've disbursed over $5.5 billion in the past 6 months in support of African member states, making it possible for African banks to continue to trade, making it possible for African corporations to continue to produce and keep employment going, making it possible for farmers to have access to fertilizer so that we will not see the incidence of famine that many people were forecasting because of the pandemic. We believe that this award will provide the opportunity and the platform for Afrexim Bank to expand its partnership with others, especially Africans in the diaspora, who we need in delivering on our goals of promoting and championing intra-African trade. It is this kind of partnership that will make it possible for all of us to achieve the African Union Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. I thank you for this honor and look forward to our working together going forward. Thank you.
To ensure that African success is truly celebrated in America and on the global stage, we must all understand and acknowledge our history. There are moments of that history that are dark, filled with strife and struggle, as our forebears fought against racism and systemic injustice in many facets of their lives. We can certainly recognize new achievements and milestones today, but we cannot appreciate their importance, their magnitude, without knowing our history. The African Diaspora and Justice Equity Award recognizes individuals who help us understand our legacy and the role it plays in today's world. This is the purpose at the center of Sherilyn Eichel's work. Sherilyn serves as President and Director Counsel of the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund, one of America's premier civil rights law organizations, focused on fighting for racial justice and equality throughout her career. She has litigated voting rights cases, taught thousands of law students about civil procedure and constitutional law, and led the Legal Defense Fund as it tackles urgent civil rights issues like voter suppression, inequity in education, and racial discrimination in the application of the death penalty. In her 2007 book, On the Courthouse Lawn, Confronting the Legacy of Lynching in the 21st Century, she illuminated the true and troubling history of lynching in America and uncovered its gruesome yet important lessons. Throughout her work and her writing, she has kept truth and justice front and center, and we honor her tonight for her dedication to a cause that's just as important today as it always has been.
Hello. I'm Peter Lawhorn, President of the Conrad N. Hilton Foundation. I join you today to congratulate Sherilyn Eichel on this terrific Africa America Institute Award in recognition of her work on justice and racial equity. Her voice and her legal acumen have long been inspiring, but in this last 6 months, she's been a profound presence in our lives. She's challenged white America and white-led institutions like my own to have more courage, more stamina, and more grit in the fight to end racism, and help make this national moment into a long-haul effort to help America be the equitable land that it should be. She's also brought us hope through her abiding belief in our Constitution, in our legal system, and ultimately in each and every one of us and what we can do to continue building a more perfect union. So thank you, AAI, for honoring Sherilyn Eichel, and thank you, Sherilyn, for inspiring so many to work so hard on ending racism and injustice.
I'm delighted on the occasion of the annual celebration of the Africa America Institute to honor the great work of this organization and to celebrate my friend, my sister, the singular, inimitable force for good in the world, Sherilyn Ifill. I have known Sherilyn for many years, but never have I been more proud to call her my friend than in this year, when in the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd, she and her colleagues at the Legal Defense Fund have led a valiant and courageous effort to lead us in a discussion, a long overdue racial reckoning in America. Sherilyn, I'm so grateful, so thankful for you, your leadership, your humanity. Congratulations on this great honor. You deserve it.
It's my great privilege to honor someone who has long inspired me, my dearest sister, the amazing Sherilyn Ifill. Brilliant, generous, and fierce. Whatever Sherilyn does, from litigating voting rights cases, to advancing scholarship to shape the minds of the next generation of rights leaders, to tackling the scourge of mass incarceration and leading on the transformation of policing, she always has incredible clarity of conviction, tirelessly working to make us our best selves. In short, Sherilyn shows up and points the way forward. It's now time to bring on our honoree, Sherilyn Ifill, who receives the Africa America Institute's first ever African Diaspora Equity and Justice Award for her contributions here in the United States and the inspiration she provides around the world. Thank you, Sherilyn, and congratulations.
Hi, I'm Sherilyn Ifill. Congratulations to the Africa America Institute on your 36th annual Gala Awards evening. I want to first salute your president and CEO, Kofi Apenteng, and your board chair, Stephen Pfeiffer, who also sits on the board of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund and is my dear friend. I also want to congratulate my fellow honorees, the people of the Republic of Senegal and H.E. Mahamadou Issoufou, on their honor and awards this evening. I have long believed that the destiny and future of African Americans is inextricably tied to our brothers and sisters on the African continent. And for that reason, I could not be more thrilled and honored than to be receiving this award tonight. Our organization has long understood the connection between African Americans and Africans on the continent. It began with our founder, Thurgood Marshall, who as a young man attended one of our historically black colleges, Lincoln University, where he befriended a young African student with whom he became close friends for life. That student was Kwame Nkrumah. In 1960, Thurgood Marshall flew to Kenya at the invitation of Jomo Kenyatta to assist the newly independent Kenyan government with the formation of its constitution. Marshall studied constitutions from all over the world and the U.S. Bill of Rights and assisted the Kenyan delegation in creating this important document for this newly independent nation. We continued that work after the fall of apartheid in South Africa, when the then leadership of the Legal Defense Fund visited with Nelson Mandela and other leaders to help in the formation of the South African Constitution, with a determination to ensure that rights and privileges would be spelled out in that Constitution in ways that they are not in the U.S. Constitution. We recognize that at this moment in this world, with the rise of global authoritarianism, and in this country, when the many rights that have been advanced by and for African Americans are under peril, that now more than ever we must link arms with those around the world who share our vision of democracy, of equality, of justice, and of opportunity for all. And for that reason, I am thrilled tonight to be receiving this award from the Africa America Institute, and I look forward to strengthening the bonds between us in the years to come. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your special evening.
Part of AAI's mission is to shift the narrative about Africa and the African diaspora, to challenge these outdated and inaccurate stereotypes. Art has proven to be one of the most effective ways to accomplish this, and the Leadership in Arts and Culture Award recognizes both art and artists that serve as a testament to African ingenuity, creativity, and leadership. Actress, writer, producer, and visionary Issa Rae first gained national attention with her hit web series Awkward Black Girl. Over the course of 2 seasons, the show amassed over 23 million views, more than 200,000 YouTube subscribers. But most importantly, it knocked down barriers. It trailblazed a new path for our storytellers to be heard, especially women of color. Awkward Black Girl went on to win the coveted Shorty Award for Best Web Show, which led to Issa's first memoir, The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl, which became a New York Times bestseller. Thereafter, she co-created and starred in the hit HBO series Insecure. The show debuted to rave reviews and offered a nuanced comedic take on Black life, exploring love and friendship and race. Among its many accolades, Insecure won a 2018 Peabody Award. Issa was nominated for 2 Golden Globe Awards, and the show picked up 8 Emmy nominations this year, including Issa's second for Best Lead Actress in a Comedic Series. She's also appeared in several films, including The Hate You Give, The Photograph, and The Lovebirds. She executive produced the Emmy-nominated A Black Lady sketch show. She founded Color Creative, a management company focused on increasing opportunities for underrepresented creatives. She also continued developing web and podcast content through Issa Rae Presents. And if that's not enough, she also founded her own record label, Radio. She is a monster. Additionally, she's an activist who's dedicating her life to uplifting our communities by investing in people of color, building companies in our neighborhoods that create jobs. She's also deeply passionate about fighting systemic racism. From her own hiring process to donating to various charities that are committed to protecting, educating, and empowering Black lives, to raising $700,000 for the Sterling Family Trust, a fund she established to pay for the education of Alton Sterling's children after he was killed by the police. Though her incredible work speaks for itself, I think her mission statement could be summed up in a viral moment from 2017. While she's on the Emmys red carpet, she was asked which of the nominees she supported that night. And as only Issa can, she replied, "I'm rooting for everybody Black." In all that she does for the arts, for the world, for our people, and what she's done for me, that couldn't be truer. Congratulations to the Queen, Issa Rae.
I'm Rashad Robinson, President of Color of Change, and congratulations, Issa. Your work has been inspiring to so many, from the work on Awkward Black Girl to the work on Insecure, to the stories that you've been able to bring forward. And at Color of Change, we talk every single day about not mistaking presence for power, recognizing the role that visibility and awareness plays, but always keeping our eye on changing the rules. Issa, thank you for changing the rules. Thank you for being a leader. Thank you for continuing to lend your voice to the stories and conversations that need to be elevated. Thank you to the Africa America Institute for having me. And to you, Issa, congratulations for continuing to inspire and for not just getting a seat at the table, but building new tables for all of us to have a place with our stories.
Issa! Oh, I'm so proud of you. I am excited that you are receiving the Leadership in Arts and Culture Award from AAI. And I'm honored that I've been asked to even speak some words of encouragement and congratulations to you because you truly deserve it. I have been inspired by your entire career, even from the days of being the awkward Black girl, which sometimes we all still are. But you've showed us that we are allowed to be so much more than that. In every iteration that we are celebrated, you root for us. And I am so proud that this time I get to root for you. That you are doing everything that has been set in your path to do, and you're doing it brilliantly. So I don't just celebrate what you have already done, of course, as an actress and as a writer, producer, and all the rest, but that we get to celebrate what is yet to come. I know there's so much left for you to do, for you to produce, for you to show the world all of your magic, and I can't wait to see it. So tonight, I hope that you celebrate and that you are elated in this moment, because I certainly am. I'm out here dancing and shimmying. Congratulations.
For many young women in Africa, including my own daughter, Issa Rae changed what it meant to be Black. It wasn't in the sense that she was the first of a kind. Her influence was far more powerful, far more subtle than that. Issa, you normalized the Black female existence. You didn't do it by being an outspoken slave or an angry Black woman, or by breaking cultural barriers. What you did do was to bring life to what it means to be normal and Black and female. In Insecure, for example, you were a young woman attempting to navigate love, career, and ambition like so many of us. Your story was our story. I speak from a continent that in many cases looks to the US and to the West for affirmation. What Issa did for Africa was to show our young women that they were not so different, not so far behind, and that yes, it was possible to be Black and just be. Thank you, Issa, and congratulations on this award.
Hello, everyone at the Africa America Institute. I am deeply honored and grateful to receive the Leadership in Arts and Culture Award. I come from a long line of wonderful and hilarious storytellers, including my wonderfully animated, hilarious father, who is from Senegal and was one of the best storytellers I know. And I've actually tried to emulate him, not only in telling stories where people are hanging on to your every word, wondering what you're gonna say next, wondering where the story is gonna go, but also as a quality human who has constantly looked out for his community, for his people, who has been nothing but giving. And that is something I aspired to emulate and to take on as well, to look out for my people, to ensure that we have the platforms and that our stories matter to the world. And I remember telling my dad one day that when I grew up, I wanted to be just like him, except I didn't want to be a doctor. I wanted to be a storyteller. And I remember seeing his face when I told him that, and I'm pretty sure that I could see him regretting ever telling me any kind of story in life, because it meant that I wasn't going to be a doctor. But here I am, and you all are giving me this wonderful honor, and I can't tell you how much it validates the work that I'm doing. I am proud to be able to tell the stories of my family, my friends, stories that come from the States, stories that come from the continent, and that also empower other storytellers of all diverse backgrounds. I'm proud to be able to do that and to be recognized for that. And I thank you, Africa America Institute, for empowering all of us to assure the world that our stories matter and that we are here. So I wish I could be there in person to celebrate with you all. But instead, I will say a virtual hello and give a very Black, very African shout out to my business manager, Humble, to our president, Macky Sall, and I have to dedicate this award to my wonderful, amazing storyteller father. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for this honor.
Leadership has always been important for the safety and prosperity of nations and for inspiring future leaders of tomorrow. But now, with the uncertainty of the pandemic, effective motivational leadership is more important now than ever. And this year's Presidential Leadership Award recipient shows what can happen when leaders are accountable, when leaders are empowering, forward-thinking, and driven. His Excellency Mamadou Issoufou, President of the Republic of Niger and alumnus of AAI's educational programs, built an esteemed career as a mining engineer before pursuing his political ambitions. In 1990, he formed the Nigerian Party for Democracy and Socialism, later served as the Prime Minister, and winning 2 terms for president in 2011 and 2016. During his tenure, President Issoufou has spearheaded deep sociocultural, political, and economic change in Niger. He has emerged as an effective leader in the fight against Boko Haram and jihad terrorists. Under his leadership, Niger has been a valued contributor to the United Nations Security Council in securing peace in the region. Despite calls for him to alter the country's constitution to remain in office, he's deeply committed to stepping down after serving 2 terms. President Issoufou's career, values, and current work show that an effective leader must exemplify both skill and courage, as well as a holistic understanding of the issues impacting a nation. Effective leaders cannot be afraid of change. In fact, they must exemplify it and embrace it.
Je m'appelle Aïcha Maki, je suis réalisatrice nigérienne. C'est avec joie que j'apprends que Son Excellence, le Président de la République, Issoufou Mahamadou, reçoit le Presidential Awards en tant qu'ancienne de AAI, en tant qu'ancienne aussi de Yali Alumni. Moi, je salue son leadership à travers lequel il compte nous laisser un héritage démocratique glorieux en ayant accepté de ne pas se briguer en 3e mandat dans un contexte démocratique ouest-africain, là où le changement de constitution tend à devenir la règle. Je salue aussi le passage du quota de 15% à 25% au niveau des postes électifs et 30% au niveau des postes nominatifs. Cela permettra d'avoir une représentativité des femmes au niveau des instances décisionnelles. Et enfin, en tant qu'artiste, je suis fière de voir que les portes du Niger sont ouvertes au monde. Nous sommes capables, grâce aux infrastructures, de recevoir des événements internationaux et nous avons aussi des salles décentes pour pouvoir montrer nos œuvres. Félicitations, Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République.
When we came in Niger after I graduated from the US, we were fortunate to meet His Excellency President Issoufou and share with him our dream to set up a world-class university in the country. And a meeting that was supposed to be like 15 minutes lasted more than an hour. He was just there asking us all types of questions like an investor and like trying to make us think about all the different aspects before he could tell us his total support. So he called us, the team, my co-founder and myself, next to him, took a picture and said, you can use that picture all over the world to show people that I am personally supporting you. And thanks to that support, in fact, lots of leaders from the corporate world, from the government, from the civil society came together to support us, and ADU was born after only 3 months when we initially planned for it for 3 years. So I have to say, truly, this president is unique, is phenomenal, and this award is just so well deserved. Thank you.
The U.S. African Development Foundation congratulates His Excellency Mahamadou Issoufou for receiving the Africa America Institute's Presidential Leadership Award. For more than a decade, the U.S. African Development Foundation has contributed to Niger, investing in agricultural grassroots organizations throughout the country. Most recently, in collaboration with the Millennium Challenge Corporation and Niger's MCA, we established a small grant facility focusing on climate-resilient agriculture in partnership with you. Your Excellency, we remain dedicated to improving Nigerian lives and livelihoods and creating pathways to prosperity for underserved Nigerian communities. USADF joins AAI in recognizing your exemplary leadership and commitment to democratization, political, and socio-economic development. Congratulations.
Excellence, Monsieur Macky Sall, Président de la République du Sénégal, cher frère Monsieur Kofi Appenteng, Président et PDG de l'Africa America Institute, Monsieur Steve Pfeffer, Président du Conseil d'administration de l'Africa America Institute, distingués participants, Mesdames et Messieurs, permettez-moi de féliciter l'Africa America Institute pour son caractère unique dans le raffermissement des liens entre Africains et Américains. Nous devons également souligner la tradition établie par l'AAI qui, depuis 36 ans, célèbre les femmes, les hommes et les jeunes qui ont eu un impact très significatif sur la vie des populations africaines. Son action a contribué à la formation d'une masse critique d'experts de haut niveau dans divers secteurs pour assurer le développement socio-culturel, économique et politique de nos pays. Cet investissement dans le capital humain a porté ses fruits. À ce jour, l'Institut a formé plus de 23 000 hommes et femmes africains dans divers domaines. Les anciens boursiers et stagiaires d'Africa America Institute occupent des positions de haut niveau dans le secteur public, privé et la société civile. Parmi ceux-ci se trouvent des chefs d'État, des ambassadeurs, des chercheurs émérites, des ministres et de nombreux experts. Au Niger, l'Institut a été particulièrement efficace. En effet, AAI a formé au total plus de 200 experts nigériens, et non des moindres. Un membre de votre conseil d'administration, le professeur Oussena Alidou, vient d'être nommé vice-présidente de l'Association des études africaines des États-Unis d'Amérique. Sa sœur jumelle, le professeur Hassana Alidou, a été notre ambassadeur aux États-Unis et au Canada. Une autre bénéficiaire de l'Institut, l'ambassadeur Fatouma Sidikou, représente actuellement le Niger au Sénégal après avoir occupé les mêmes fonctions en Suisse. Je suis moi-même très fier d'avoir fait partie de la cohorte ou l'équipe africaine qui a participé en 1981 au programme des visiteurs internationaux de Africa America Institute. C'était la première fois que je visitais les États-Unis. En tant qu'ingénieur des mines, j'ai été très heureux de visiter dans différents États les sites du cycle du combustible nucléaire, de la mine à la centrale nucléaire, en passant par les usines de conversion et d'enrichissement de l'uranium. L'Africa America Institute continue d'apporter son soutien à ses anciens boursiers et stagiaires. Il y a 3 ans, lorsque nous avons organisé le forum Investir au Niger à la Fondation Ford, M. Kofi Appenteng, président de Africa America Institute, nous a fait l'honneur de modérer le panel présidentiel. J'ai eu le plaisir de recevoir à Niamey M. Kofi Appenteng, accompagné de Steve Pfeffer, président du conseil d'administration de AAI, et du professeur Oussena Alidou, membre du conseil d'administration. Au cours de notre rencontre, M. Apenteng m'a informé de ma sélection pour le prix de leadership présidentiel 2020. Cette distinction prestigieuse récompense les chefs d'État africains qui, pendant leur mandat, ont fait preuve de leadership exemplaire à travers leur engagement pour la paix et la démocratisation de l'Afrique, ainsi que pour le développement politique et socio-économique. J'ai également appris qu'à ce jour, 9 dirigeants distingués ont reçu ce prix, dont le président Mandela, le président Thabo Mbeki, la présidente Ellen Johnson Sirleaf et le président Bill Clinton. Mesdames et messieurs, comme vous le savez, le programme de renaissance que je mets en œuvre depuis bientôt 10 ans est bâti autour des 8 priorités suivantes. La renaissance culturelle, pour réaliser 3 modernisations, politiques, économiques et sociales. La mise en place d'institutions démocratiques fortes. La sécurité, notamment la lutte contre le terrorisme et le crime organisé. Les infrastructures routières, ferroviaires, énergétiques, urbaines et de télécommunications. L'initiative 3N, les Nigériens nourrissent les Nigériens, que la FAO a reconnue comme étant une des meilleures politiques en matière agricole et de nutrition. L'accès à l'eau et à l'assainissement, l'éducation et la santé pour développer le capital humain et créer les conditions de la transition démographique. La création d'emplois, notamment pour les jeunes, afin de transformer notre actif démographique en dividende économique. Dans tous ces domaines, des résultats importants ont été enregistrés et le Niger est en cours de transformation dans les villes comme dans les campagnes. Nous avons connu une croissance économique soutenue. Cette croissance a été inclusive. Elle a permis en effet d'accroître la classe moyenne et de faire reculer la pauvreté. En outre, comme le témoigne l'élection de notre pays, comme membre non permanent du Conseil de sécurité, le Niger a gagné en crédibilité vis-à-vis de ses partenaires extérieurs. Ces résultats ont été obtenus en dépit des défis sécuritaires, climatiques et démographiques auxquels notre pays est confronté. Je perçois donc la distinction que m'offre l'AAI comme une autre évaluation externe positive de la mise en œuvre du programme de renaissance. Je partage ce prix que vous me décernez avec les membres de mon gouvernement et tous les Nigériens qui ont participé à ce combat pour le progrès du Niger. Je saisis l'opportunité que vous m'offrez pour remercier le gouvernement américain d'avoir accompagné le Niger dans la mise en œuvre des priorités du programme de renaissance, notamment s'agissant de la lutte contre le terrorisme et les organisations criminelles et de la promotion de la bonne gouvernance politique et économique. Mesdames et messieurs, permettez-moi d'insister sur 2 questions qui me paraissent fondamentales, non seulement pour le Niger, mais aussi pour l'ensemble de notre continent. La première question porte sur l'intégration africaine. L'Afrique doit s'unir. La prise de conscience de cette nécessité s'est traduite dans la naissance d'un panafricanisme porté par une première génération, constituée d'Afro-Américains, celle du docteur Williams Dubois, qui est allé jusqu'à écrire en 1919, je cite, « Le mouvement africain signifie pour nous ce que le mouvement sioniste doit obligatoirement signifier pour les Juifs la centralisation de l'effort racial et la reconnaissance d'une couche raciale. Il est vrai que les Africains ont souffert de multiples avanies, mais l'Afrique est multiraciale. Aussi, notre génération conçoit-elle le panafricanisme au-dessus des questions raciales et se concentre sur la promotion d'un changement radical dans les structures de l'économie africaine, la mise en œuvre d'une stratégie introspective de production et de développement à travers l'unification des marchés financiers, l'intégration économique, une stratégie nouvelle pour l'accumulation initiale de capital et l'établissement d'une nouvelle carte politique de l'Afrique. Fin de citation. Le panafricanisme est porteur de valeurs pour toute l'humanité. En concevant et en mettant en œuvre l'agenda 2063, notre génération est en train de traduire dans la réalité les rêves des premiers panafricanistes. Je suis fier d'y avoir apporté ma contribution en tant que champion de la zone de libre-échange continentale africaine, dont le lancement a eu lieu à Niamey le 7 juillet 2019 à l'occasion d'un sommet extraordinaire de l'Union africaine. La Covid-19, malheureusement, n'a pas permis le commencement des transactions dans le cadre de cet accord de libre-échange en juin 2020, comme initialement prévu. Mais l'Union africaine met tout en œuvre pour que cela soit possible en janvier 2021. L'Union africaine fera également tout pour que la mise en œuvre des autres programmes de l'agenda 2063 soit accélérée. La mise en œuvre de tous ces plans et programmes permettra de booster la croissance économique du continent et de créer des emplois, notamment pour les jeunes dont 10 à 12 millions arrivent chaque année sur le marché du travail. La deuxième question porte sur les institutions. L'Afrique en général et le Niger en particulier ont besoin d'institutions démocratiques fortes pour garantir le bien-être des citoyens, des institutions capables de promouvoir la bonne gouvernance politique et économique. C'est pour avoir compris cela que j'ai décidé de respecter la constitution de mon pays et de ne pas briguer un troisième mandat à l'occasion de la prochaine élection présidentielle, dont le premier tour se déroulera le 27 décembre 2020 prochain. J'ai aussi compris qu'une des conditions de la force des institutions, c'est leur légitimité. Légitimité qui doit être fondée sur le choix libre et transparent des dirigeants par le suffrage universel. Je mets un point d'honneur à ce qu'il soit ainsi à l'occasion des prochaines élections qui auront lieu au Niger. Il s'agit d'un moment historique, car ça sera la première fois depuis notre indépendance en 1960 qu'un président démocratiquement élu passera le témoin à un autre président démocratiquement élu. Le jour de ce passage de témoin sera un des plus grands de ma vie. Je dois la réalisation de cet objectif à mon pays, qui m'a offert la meilleure éducation et la meilleure formation possible. Un démocrate convaincu, je suis respectueux de mon engagement devant mes concitoyens et respectueux également de l'état de droit. Aussi, en avril 2021, deviendrai-je un simple citoyen et un ancien de l'AAI, et à ce titre, je serai honoré de servir l'AAI comme tous les anciens boursiers. Le leadership de l'AAI peut compter sur ma disponibilité. Nous devons travailler ardemment afin de permettre à nos jeunes de bénéficier du type de formation dont ils ont besoin pour construire une Afrique pacifique et prospère. La jeunesse est notre présent et notre avenir. Permettez-moi de féliciter mon frère, le président Macky Sall, pour avoir aussi reçu ce prix de leadership octroyé par l'AI, ainsi que les autres lauréats. Enfin, je remercie AI pour le grand honneur qu'il nous fait et lui souhaite longue vie et beaucoup de réussite. Je vous remercie.
We hope you've enjoyed the program so far, and we still have a few more meaningful moments planned for you before we wrap up. If you haven't done so already, there's still time to donate. You can contribute in two ways. Visit aionline.org/gala to donate, or use the donation button next to this video. Your generosity helps us continue our work of educating people and connecting worlds.
It is an honor to celebrate the work of the African American Institute and recognize such a distinguished group of honorees, including President Macky Sall of the Republic of Senegal and President Mahamadou Issoufou of the Republic of Niger. Your Excellencies, distinguished honorees, on behalf of Chevron, please accept our warmest congratulations for these well-deserved recognitions. I commend AAI for making this event happen during the COVID-19 pandemic. Recognizing the work of leaders during this challenging time is important. This year, we have seen many changes that have impacted the way we live and the way we work. The success stories of all our honorees help drive the ambition of younger generations and inspire them to keep building upon these great values to become leaders themselves. Your Excellencies, distinguished honorees, your efforts will be recognized throughout history, and you will leave behind a lasting legacy for future generations as role models. Congratulations, and thank you to AAI for the opportunity to celebrate with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, President Kofi Apenteng and the Africa America Institute for inviting me to participate in this year's Gala Award ceremony. As the CEO of Africa 50, a Pan-African investment platform tasked with helping solve Africa's infrastructure challenge, I am proud to celebrate the work of other entities with a Pan-African mandate, such as the Africa America Institute. It is a very special organization, one of the very few that spans Africa's modern-day history. AAI has greatly contributed to our continent's positive political, economic, and social evolution. The choice of this year's awardees underscores this, and I offer them my heartfelt congratulations. Your Excellency President Macky Sall, mon très cher frère, it is fitting that you accept the National Achievement Award on behalf of the great people of Senegal, since you have been successfully leading the transformation of the country over the past years. Africa 50 is very proud to be a partner of Senegal in modernizing its infrastructure, and we look forward to continuing making impactful investments in Senegal under your great leadership. Your Excellency President Mahamadou Issoufou, your recognition for presidential leadership is well deserved. You have shown great leadership in promoting democracy in Niger. We are honored to count your country as an Africa 50 shareholder, and we hope to implement infrastructure projects in Niger soon. Also, I'm pleased to note that there are exceptional women among the honorees. Ms. Claude Bonner, Ms. Aissa Ray, Ms. Sherilyn Eiffel, please accept my heartfelt congratulations. Finally, a special word for my brother, Dr. Orama. Afreximbank is an organization that was founded on the same principles as Africa 50. Congratulations to you and the bank for contributing to the transformation of Africa's trade. My colleagues at Africa 50 and I look forward to continuing working with you and the Afreximbank in the future. So once again, congratulations to all the honorees. You have ably demonstrated excellence and are making us very proud.
So today, we are marking the retirement of our longtime trustee, Joe Moody. Joe has served with AAI on the board for 24 years and I met him in about the year 2000.
And I would be remiss if I did not mention and thank my colleague on the Board of Trustees of AAI for many years, Joe Moody, whose service to the board and to the organization has been legendary, loyal, and effective.
What can I say about Joe? Joe, first of all, has a wonderful sense of humor. He always came to the meetings very prepared and read everything in detail, but always gave us a sense of stepping back, understanding the big picture, and why we were there, what was our mission.
A trustee is someone who is committed to providing the highest care, someone to whom something is entrusted. And in this case, that something is AAI's precious ability to pursue its service mission of increasing human capacity and well-being. Joe Moody is the quintessential trustee, a chief executive's dream. He could always be relied upon to see the big picture, ensuring that AAI remains mission-driven. In confronting challenges, his advice and counsel and calm persona were invaluable. And his generosity has been consistent year after year.
Joe, I'd like to thank you for your service to your profession, for your dedication to AAI. And I know that you will do great things even after retirement. But please know this, the impact that you made to AAI will be felt for many years to come. Congratulations on all the things you've accomplished, and I wish you all the best.
We're going to miss you, Joe. And I know your grandchildren are going to be lucky to have more of your time now, but your service has been invaluable for these 24 years, and we wish you well.
I want to thank you for your extraordinary service.
Thank you, Joe.
And I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe.
Nearly all profits from Bloomberg LP go to Bloomberg Philanthropies, which is dedicated to saving and improving lives around the world. So when you work for or with Bloomberg, you're doing a whole lot of good.
What a great program this has been. I would like to thank each of our distinguished honorees for everything that they have done for their communities and for giving back to others. We're proud that they are with us as honorees this evening. I would also like to thank my board colleagues for their participation in this first ever virtual AAI Gala, and for our alumni all over Africa and in the diaspora, for whom we have attempted to exchange adversity of the pandemic into an opportunity to give access and participation to our alumni in this first ever virtual event. The reason we're here tonight and the reason AAI was founded in 1953 is the same. Education. Education is the best investment that any family, community, or country can make in its citizens. It is also the best hope we have of building and living in societies that are free of the artificial distinctions of race, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and gender. And it is our best hope to have societies where the human dignity of every individual is recognized within the community. As we've connected with our alumni over these last few years under the leadership of our CEO, Kofi Apenteng, and the remarkable contribution of our Director of Alumni Outreach, Mariam So, it has been gratifying to all of us who have participated to see the contributions of our alumni in their communities, in their countries, and on the world stage, all across Africa and across the world. Their contributions are manifest, and they go on every day. In many countries, we actually have AAI alumni organizations that now are independently operating. We're very proud of you, and we're very happy that many of you have been able to connect for the first time with an AAI annual gala. So thank you to each of you who has participated this evening. Please continue to support AAI's mission and its programs with both your moral support and your financial support. Stay safe. Thank you again, and best wishes.